Welcome to our U.S. briefing program. Today, we're diving into some compelling stories making waves across the globe. First up, as we commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Snyder Act, there's a strong push to support federal election candidates who advocate for Indian country issues. Despite facing numerous challenges like voter suppression and gerrymandering, the call to register and vote remains louder than ever. Next, tensions are escalating in the Middle East following the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. This incident has heightened fears of a regional war, with the U.S. moving warships and fighter jets to the area and Western governments urging their citizens to leave Lebanon. Finally, in the world of sports, Montel Jackson has taken the MMA scene by storm with his 18-second knockout victory over Da'Mon Blackshear, earning him the Knockout of the Month award and setting a new record in the bantamweight division. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. Yahoo US. In the year marking the 100th anniversary of the Snyder Act, Native Americans still face significant electoral challenges such as voter suppression, gerrymandering, and non-recognition of tribal ID cards at polling stations. Despite these hurdles, the Native American community can drive change by voting for candidates who support Indian country issues. In 2021, efforts to pass a $1.2 trillion jobs and infrastructure bill aimed to bring $12 billion to Indian country, reflecting partial remuneration for the treaty obligations of the United States. The current administration has made notable strides, including the extension of EO 13175 on tribal consultation, the historic appointment of Secretary Deb Haaland, and significant funding for Indian health services and infrastructure. However, numerous issues remain unresolved, such as the reauthorization of tribal VAWA provisions, Indian education reform, and the establishment of a federal tribal action plan. Tribal leaders and the Native American community are encouraged to vote for candidates who support these critical issues, as their votes can significantly impact election outcomes. Japan Times, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is clashing with President Joe Biden over U.S. concerns regarding the assassination of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh. In a heated conversation, Netanyahu denied obstructing ceasefire talks and argued that Haniyeh's death, while temporarily disruptive, would ultimately pressure Hamas into finalizing an agreement. This assassination has strained the already fragile relations between the U.S. and Israel, with Biden cautioning that such actions could derail efforts to halt hostilities and free hostages. An Israeli official, speaking anonymously, supported Netanyahu's stance, suggesting that the move was strategic to expedite a ceasefire. Japan Times, the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran has escalated Middle East tensions, with Iran and its allies preparing to retaliate, raising fears of a regional war. The United States, an ally of Israel, announced the deployment of warships and fighter jets to the region. Western governments have advised their citizens to leave Lebanon, home to the Iran-backed Hezbollah movement, and airlines have cancelled flights. The killing of Haniyeh, following the assassination of Hezbollah's military chief in Beirut, has provoked vows of vengeance from Iran and the axis of resistance, heightening the risk of broader conflict. MMA Junkie. The MMA world witnessed some electrifying knockouts in July 2024, with Montel Jackson's 18-second victory over Da'Mon Blackshear taking the crown. Jackson, known for his lightning-fast strikes, lived up to his nickname, Quick, when he landed a devastating two-punch combination that floored Blackshear almost instantly. This knockout not only extended Jackson's winning streak to 5 but also solidified his record for most knockdowns in the bantamweight division. Other notable knockouts included Charles Johnson's comeback win over Joshua Van, Haider Emil's 65-second slugfest victory against Zhang Yang Li, and Tom Aspinall's 1-minute demolition of Curtis Blades. Each of these bouts showcased the ferocity and skill that make MMA such a thrilling sport to watch. South China Morning Post. Tensions in the Middle East have reached a boiling point following the assassination of Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh by a short-range projectile in Tehran. Iran's Revolutionary Guard accused Israel, supported by the United States, of orchestrating the attack, which has led to vows of severe retaliation. The assassination occurred amidst a backdrop of escalating violence, including an Israeli airstrike in Beirut that killed a senior Hezbollah commander. The U.S. and its allies are scrambling to prevent further regional escalation, with the Pentagon deploying additional military assets to the area. Meanwhile, Hamas is in the process of selecting a new leader as the conflict in Gaza, which has already claimed over 39,550 Palestinian lives, threatens to engulf the entire region. Japan Times. The political arena in the United States is heating up as Kamala Harris's campaign gains momentum, prompting Donald Trump to propose changes to the debate schedule. In a bold move, Trump suggested a debate on Fox News for September 4 while opting out of a previously scheduled ABC debate. This proposal came just before Trump's rally in Atlanta, where he aimed to counter Harris's rising popularity. Harris had recently energized a crowd of 10,000 in the same venue, showcasing her growing support as she vies to become America's first woman president. The exchange highlights the fierce competition and strategic maneuvering as both candidates prepare for the upcoming election. Associated Press: The Biden administration is set to expand the areas where migrants can apply online for U.S. entry appointments to include the southern Mexican states of Chiapas and Tabasco. This move, announced by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, aims to ease the strain on the Mexican government and reduce the dangers faced by migrants traveling northward to claim asylum. By allowing migrants to schedule appointments through the CBP One app from these regions, the initiative addresses a long-standing request from Mexico, which has become a crucial ally in managing migration flows. This change will help migrants avoid perilous journeys across Mexico and streamline the process of securing one of the 1,450 daily appointments available. The decision follows increased Mexican enforcement efforts, which have significantly reduced illegal border crossings into the U.S., with arrests plunging 30% in July to the lowest level of President Joe Biden's tenure. The collaboration between the two countries has been credited with decompressing the northern border and fostering a dynamic and positive bilateral relationship. Since the app's introduction in January 2023, over 680,000 people have scheduled appointments, with the majority hailing from Venezuela, Cuba, and Haiti. The expansion to southern Mexico is expected to further mitigate the risks associated with migration, offering a safer and more efficient route for those seeking asylum. South China Morning Post: The United States has pledged $500 million in military aid to the Philippines, a significant boost as Manila grapples with financial constraints amid the South China Sea dispute. Announced during the annual 2+2 ministerial dialogue in Manila, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin emphasized that the funding would enhance the Philippines' military infrastructure, troop capabilities, and overall deterrence. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s Defense Secretary, Gilbert Teodoro Jr., highlighted that the funds would support the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement (EDCA) projects and bolster the country's cyber capabilities and disaster response measures. The EDCA, which allows U.S. troops to rotate through Philippine bases, has been crucial in maintaining a credible deterrent posture against external threats, particularly from China. Analysts like Sylvia Monica Gorska stress that the aid is timely, alleviating financial pressures and enabling the procurement of advanced surveillance equipment and multi-role vessels to counterbalance China's presence in the disputed waters. The funds will also support diplomatic initiatives and military exercises with allies, enhancing operational collaboration and interoperability. Experts like Don McLean Gill and Jose Antonio Custodio underscore the importance of investing in intelligence gathering and technological advancements to strengthen the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard. This financial assistance is seen as a strategic move to reinforce the Philippines' defense capabilities and its partnership with the U.S., ensuring a robust response to emerging threats in the Indo-Pacific region. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Empty smiles, their words misleading. Power games in darkened rooms. Spin their lies to seal our doom. Oh, oh, oh. Turn on the screen, monster screaming. Empty smiles, their words misleading. rises, lies.